Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a review and a demo of my new favorite foundation. This foundation's been raved about all over YouTube, and I never ever thought I would wear Covergirl foundation again, but it's really replaced like my MAC Pro Longwear and my L'Oreal True Match, so I figured it was worth talking about. I should probably tell you what product I'm reviewing. This is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation with SPF 20. Looks like this. It is in 905 Ivory, and it's the lasting power of a primer, coverage of a concealer, blendability of a foundation, and it's shine free. Those are all of those ginormous claims that I was like, that's bull, but turned out to be true, so I was pretty pleased. I overall love this foundation. I'm going to tell you the pros and the cons, and then show you what I do to apply it and how I get this overall foundation look, because that makes sense, Rachel. So this is the packaging. It is a glass bottle with a plastic cap, and it's 30 milliliters, which is 1 fluid ounce, which is standard foundation amount. The pump is blue. Generally the pumps are like gray, I believe, and that's what a typical foundation looks like, or it's in a little glass bottle with no pump whatsoever, but this is generally what CoverGirl does. I love pumps. This one's really controllable, which is really nice too. When you don't have a pump, it's so annoying because it's messy and I just don't dig it, so I was very pleased when they came out with this foundation with pump. Let's talk about the claims. Lasting power of a primer. I am a strong believer in priming your face. I am allergic to silicone, I think, though, because every time I put silicone on my face, I break out. But, that being said, this acts as my primer now. My face, usually, I should say this, my skin is pretty much combo now. I have some dry patches, I have some normal patches, and then I have some oil. But this is really nice because it controls my oil. The only thing I notice around like after 12 hours of wear, I get a little oil around here, but that is literally it. That's a big bonus for me. I think that this foundation's claims are pretty realistic here. The next one is coverage of a concealer. This is the one that I think is a little bogus. Okay, full coverage face, like it can be full coverage, medium to full coverage foundation. But when you try to put it under your eyes and you keep doing it, it sets to a powder finish, so you're going to get a cake up in here. So don't put it under your eyes like excessively. I go over it with my brush, you'll see that in the demo, but I'm not like I use a concealer for that because I can't have cakey under eyes or I feel very uncomfortable, because it's just like eyes are the first thing you notice when you look at a person generally, unless you're a pervert. So just saying, that's pretty much what I think about that. I think that it's 90% true, but I think that under your eyes it's not really like a huge yes to me. I don't like it very much under my eyes if I cake it on, so no thank you. But on my face it covers up blemishes really well. Blendability of a foundation, 2 thumbs up to that, I agree. I use it sometimes with a beauty blender sponge or like a flat top brush, which is really, really good. And then it says it's shine free, which I told you I pretty much agree with, except for the fact that like here and here gets a little oily after 12 hours though, and I'm not usually out for 12 hours, so fine by me. If my face is going to be a little bit shiny, then whatever. I touch this foundation up maybe once during the day. So as for the lasting power, I would say 10 hours your foundation's still looking good. If you set it with a powder, it's going to last for like 14 hours. If you set it with nothing, it's going to last for probably like, yeah, 10 hours, and then in the 12th hour, it's going to look a little bit like oily maybe. It depends on your skin type. I would say that this foundation literally works for almost everyone. The unfortunate thing is it doesn't really work for dry skin, I don't think, because it clings to your dry patches. So unless you're exfoliating all the time and moisturizing like crazy, I don't think it's going to work for people with dry skin because it just clings to dry patches. Like it even clings to some of mine, even though I don't have that many. But I exfoliate every 3 days, so that also helps a lot. I would say that the coverage on this foundation, I've already kind of mentioned it, is basically a medium to full coverage. I think it's a natural full coverage. If you're building it to full coverage, it's just great. This foundation dries to a powder finish, which I've never really experienced such a good finish on a foundation. It has like a demi-matte kind of look, like it still gives you a glow, but it's not anything that's like, ooh, in your face, but it's nothing that's like, oh, I am matte as hell and I look like, I don't know, you look kind of hairy when you're matte. You know what I mean? Like all the little hairs on your face kind of stand up a little bit. I always set it with some sort of makeup setting spray or some water afterwards because it just kind of lets all your hairs on your face settle down, and it makes your foundation look more fresh and more skin-like. This foundation doesn't break me out. I am very pleased with that because I break out really easily, even though I've been on Accutane and I should never have acne, apparently, but my skin's opposed to that, so whatever. But yeah, it hasn't broken me out and it's lasting quite a while. I've been using it every day for a long time, and like a month, and it's like full pretty much, so that's good. I like foundations that last a long time. The price range on this is really good. It's like $11, and that was on sale actually in Canada. It's $14.99. At Walmart it's only $10 though, and then I know that in other places like Australia and places like that, it's more expensive because your guys' prices are more expensive than Canada's, I know that, and the US is cheaper than us, so the US is like $8. I found it on sale once, but I didn't buy it that day, for $7 at Walmart on rollback. So it's just like, it's where you go. It depends on where you go. But generally, this foundation retails for around $9 to $10. So there's about, I think, 15 or 16 shades of foundation. A lot of people are complaining that it's really a dark line of foundation. I don't know if that's necessarily true because, as you can see, I'm pretty white, and this foundation is like on par with my skin tone. And as for oxidization, that's another thing I should talk about, is that everyone says that it oxidizes, and I would say it maybe oxidizes like 1/4 of a shade. Like, it's nothing crazy. Of course it depends on you, but for me, this foundation only oxidizes a teensy bit to the point where I don't even notice. 905 Ivory really does the trick for me. I think that Covergirl could have gone lighter. They have 15 shades, or 16, 15 or 16. And the darkest one is, it's pretty dark. And the lightest one is kind of, it's pretty much like, you could get like a little bit lighter. You could get like maybe 1 shade lighter than this, and it would be great for people with like red hair or really fair skin. You know, that would be nice. So knowing CoverGirl, they're probably going to come out with new shades, which is good. But for a starting foundation line, I would say it has really good color selection. Overall, I like the coverage of this foundation. I like the finish of this foundation. I like the packaging of this foundation, the lasting power of this foundation, the color selection of this foundation. I like the foundation a lot. I don't like that it clings to dry patches, and I don't like that, what was that thing I was going to say? I don't like that water makes it completely just run, because I want a foundation that I think will hold up in the rain, but summer's coming, so probably no rain for me soon anyways. But definitely, overall, I like the foundation a lot. I think I got my point across. Anything I missed or anything you're wondering, please comment down below. Otherwise, here's the demo. Hot Top Kabuki brush by Sigma, and I also used like a little spongy, and okay, so basically this gives more of like a full coverage kind of look, and this like shears it out. And sometimes I blend over it with the beauty blender even after I use this, because I find that this kind of sticks a little bit to some patches, like drier patches on my skin. So I take a pump, and then on the areas that I like to have more coverage, I go like this and like punch myself in the face with my brush. Okay, so this is the finish of my skin once I'm done. You can see there's still like a glow when the light hits my face, but otherwise it's just pretty much a demi-matte finish. I really like this foundation overall. I would rate it probably a 4.5 out of 5 because it sticks to some dry patches, and it also, the whole like when the water gets too much, it's like, wah, peace out, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely, it's 100% not water resistant, and that kind of makes me feel like if I'm in the rain, my face is going to have like weird little dots of foundation missing on it, but we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like the video, please remember to subscribe so you can join our little family. And also, please comment down below if you liked the video and if you've tried the foundation, what you thought. And I will see you guys in the next video.